Alright, we ending the 28 videos. The season 1. The season 2 is gonna have 4 more videos in it. That doesn't mean I'm gonna make them faster, but possibly, because I'm back at programming. That's fucking weird. I don't do that. So today is very energetically impactful day. It's like, what the fuck is happening? But I'm able to stabilize everything. So I had some issues with my dad just recently. He was waiting and didn't want to leave. We made a deal. I'll buy him a phone and set up the internet and be all super nice to him. But when I had problems ordering the phone, he's like, where's my phone? Where's my phone? What? You know, PewDiePie style. Except Lithuanian PewDiePie, not so nice. It's like, niceness is a feature that everyone has, and it's like when you start relating to them, it's like, oh, that's a nice person. Actually nice and honest, right? Because nice is supposed to be about morality, and not much else. It's not about, I mean, there's so many ways that people think someone is being nice, but they have to ask questions. Otherwise, they will never know if they're actually being moral. Morality requires evidence to build up, because evidence builds up trust and truth. It's a tough thing, and Unity Source is about collecting the evidence, collecting all the information. We're required to judge people. We cannot trust people if we cannot judge them. And only like popular people at the moment, and they have to go through some tough times. So when I said like, oh, Jake Paul is supposed to terrorize other YouTubers if he wants to, because you're all YouTubers and you're all popular, there's sympathy for that, but it's like inevitable. So whether you encourage, discourage, it doesn't actually change what people want unless you dig deeper and create solutions to the problem that people want certain things, not the fact that, oh, we have to hide this idea from them or whatever. It's not going to help. There has to be a better solution to invading privacy. If a person wants to do that, he will do that. So it's about targeting the intention rather than targeting the way the ideas flow, right? So you cannot do that. If you're targeting the idea flow, most of the time you're going to be immoral, because you have to maximize the sharing of ideas and values and all that crap, just to move humanity forward. If you can't do that, then just step aside, right? That's all you have to do. Instead of saying that, oh, ideas hurt people, so we have to manage that problem. And this narrative is pretty common right now, and we argue over that, and it doesn't really help to argue back at these people either, because you're feeding ideas that this is a problem. Now, if you properly disclose the problem, that's a good thing, right? We can solve it. But there's this right and left thing where left creates noise and right responds to that noise, but it's still noise, right? It doesn't change what it is, doesn't reduce the noise, it just actually makes it worse and more stressful. So that's my thing. Figuring out how to not be stressed over any situation It's important. And everything is almost like a test to your will. And the way you solve problems. See, I made a joke about my parents, but now I'm completely disconnected from them after what happened. My father is connected because I cannot make deals with him anymore. So essentially, I got 1/3, which is 500 pounds back when he borrowed triples that. And that's the end with him, which I knew it's not going to last very long, that he's actually giving me back my money. If I knew, the best solution it's like, oh no, I can't do that. I don't really know anymore how to do it. It's like, oh, I cannot help you. And he would have sucked that shit up. But he was impatient enough to actually cause any troubles otherwise. Even though the troubles are real. It's just hard to show them. It's like, how do you show that a bank refuses to make payments with you? I don't know why, but I'm actually much more glad that the problem is out of the way. And these stressful situations are pretty intense, and you really have to know what to do. And I know there are plenty of worse and out of control situations, and this was yet another example for me what to look for in the past. I don't really look for an apocalypse scenario. I entertain myself with thought, but the worst case scenario, I think, is like girl apocalypse. He's getting too much attention, too much attention for being honest and just cool in every way, even though I'm not like other people. I'm not obviously cool. I'm not trying to impress people. I'm impressive over time, and doing that short-term impression takes immense amount of time and dedication. People understand that, and that's why they treat it as cool. However, I can show the other side of the coin, that you can put effort and dedication into growing, and eventually, automatically you're going to get there as being cool. Now, we can go to a Creeper's Forge story. I just want to end off with some rants about Emoji Movie as well. See, that's a phenomenon. Emoji Movie is a big thing in the world of ideas. This is why I liked it. It's full of ideas, and that's it. If you look at it that way, there's nothing fancy. And if people's hopes are up in some way, but the thing is, it was hyped up for some reason, right? For some reason it was hyped up, because the ideas are very attractive, right? You have the shit emoji, and it's so attractive. It's like people cannot help themselves. Regardless of what they do, they hyped up the movie, and thank Ajax Films for doing that, because that's a discussion that we kind of have to have. It's pretty well manufactured, perhaps repeated over and over again, but these ideas repeat for a reason. They are not solved. The two sides of people's brains, of people's thinking, where one makes the noise and another one responds to any kind of noise. These sides make you uncool. Right? The way they work make you who you are. You turn them all off. You basically have two switches. All you have to do is let them work. not set them in a specific point and become obviously repetitive and just a predictable person. You're not supposed to do that. People want to employ you and make you a predictable person so they can control you. And the higher ups have figured out every single switch combination in your brain. So you have to figure out how to get out of the matrix, become unpredictable, become yourself, right? This is Emoji Movie. Yet again, like Inside Out, try to do that. I think Emoji Movie does that 3 times better than Inside Out, and Inside Out was a well accepted movie, but for me, the hype, all this crap, if it made anything, it made me watch the movie and made me critically think about the movie, because people hate it and I have to figure out why. And it's helpful, but in the end, I hope I am honest, right? I hope I'm saying, like, yeah, I actually liked it a lot more than Inside Out. I think Inside Out is a pretty girly movie, and this thing is a very idea structured, very, very solid, you know, and short, and that's cool. It's the best that we have at the moment, or the best that I have been purposefully forced to see, right? Not every hyped movie is going to make me want to see it. And I think this kind of opinion is superior to even the biggest movie critics that are out there. So, if you found that opinion, congratulations. I feel good about myself now. Whew. We can go back to Creeper's Forge, finish the story. We're gonna shorten these videos to like 15 minutes or something for the next season. But I'm gonna add. I say I don't know. But we're gonna add another extra video for every cycle. So it's gonna be 8 times 15. I don't wanna do the math. You guys do the math. Damn, I wanna do the math. But whatever, I'll set it aside. So a lot of problems are just out of the way. I don't have to stress, that's fine. Now the Creeper's Forge, the hero goes out to find evidence. It's very relevant to us right now. Evidence, how do we find evidence of what the creepers do specifically? So just to refresh, I guess I'll refresh next season. But the point is, I take Minecraft Universe, I take everything that is in there, I can put things on top, but I cannot actually take out the features. I can kind of bend them to make a story mode if it interferes with the story somehow. I will bend them. I don't have examples for that yet. Like, the only examples that I have is like, oh, there are water creepers. Like, there are multiple other creepers that you haven't encountered in Minecraft. And then there are all these other features. Now, I'm not familiar with the latest Minecraft installments, so you guys have to interest me in there. Pull me in like an Emoji Movie. If there's an interesting character from the newest updates of Minecraft, if there's something that I have to experience, if you have made a map using these creatures and you're going to educate me, do that, because I'm interested in that. And you're probably interested in changing the story. So, that's the deal, right? I'm going to repeat this in the next season as well, because it's an important message to understand how the story kind of works. Now, it's evolving, right? I started off as a poopy dog, and I'm still poopy dog, but I'm proud of it, right? That's a good thing. Poopy dog. That's the catchphrase, alright? We had the poop emoji, but poopy dog is cute. Anyways, we go out scavenging hunt for evidence as a hero. There was a lot of chaos back in the Creeper's Forge, so it's good to come out and start actually objectively looking at things. Because all the hero knows is the story about his village getting destroyed, but he really wants to compare things. Too bad the clerk, who is a merchant, who has helped him out, is no longer available. He would always come back to the base. If he set it up, he notified where is the next base and all that. But as he had to go to the Creeper's Forge, he couldn't give the insurance that he will come back, right? He always have to come back. See, that's a cool feature about the Creeper's Forge, perhaps. If I ever gonna build it, you make the most important part to have is that you ensure that the merchant can come back, that he's secure. Your lifeline depends on the merchant, basically, because you get so many good resources out of it. So you intimidate a merchant, you bribe him, you do whatever, but you keep him around so you get those deals. And when you enter the Creeper's Forge, that's it. Everything is off. You cannot bribe him anymore. You cannot do anything. You have to go there and do one take, and one take only. You cannot run back. So this is the reason why he didn't back off. He just stormed into the Creeper's Forge as it was being destroyed. He was being freed up. So now he's out and looking to scavenge some evidence about the real world. Some people build houses in the trees. Some people build houses with drawbridges. So just so many creative ways to kind of hide away from the problem of creepers, which is not very entertaining, right? You didn't actually start it talking with these people because they're already hard to reach. So the first evidence comes from the people who don't realize, from the travelers who set up camp every so often, just like he was while traveling to the Creeper's Forge. Or people who have built big villages know what the creepers do, and they have been able to bend it around or kind of ignore the problem. And there are villages who have successfully utilized the creepers and actually have, in the radar of the Creeper's Forge, they're no longer the red dot, they're no longer the enemy, they are the friend, because they have figured out how to manipulate creepers into helping them, into terrorizing their opponents, in fact. And that is pretty cool. That's the story that he wants to bring back as an evidence. He's still collecting, right? He's gonna come back whenever he's unable to write everything down and just have it with him. Now the hero is just exploring the world, and hopefully he'll make a change when he gets back. Although every time it's a hard work. Every time getting to the Creeper's Forge is a hard work. But now he will learn about how useful creepers are, and eventually he will be stronger than before. Yep. Even though he lost a bunch of resources fighting through. So that's the story. We're gonna go to the next season. We're gonna repeat everything all over again. Now I just need those thumbnails done. Look at those thumbnails. So shitty. Actually nails, not thumbnails. I mean, they're all thumbs to me. They're all that useful, Anyways, get the fuck out of here.